Welcome to the CJ Franklin channel, where I judge other people's interior design choices while stealing ideas for my own. Today we take on the battle stations of Reddit. Battle Station, what is it? It's a place you put your stuff. Our first contender today, this wonderfully eloquent small corner setup. We have the IKEA dining table, red, a comfortable looking chair. It's got the typewriter keyboard, as well as multiple camera lenses up here. You just know this guy has a handlebar mustache. Bonus points, those are some pretty cool speakers. I love a bunch of plants, a lamp, just to add a touch of, quality lighting near your workspace. Very nice. Minus points for the assumed facial hair. Now this is an interesting one. We have sort of an ulterior workbench style desk that just goes on forever. I know this would drive me bonkers, having one of the stands right underneath where I sit. Maybe if you're really small, it wouldn't bug you, but I just know my feet would be pressed up against that so uncomfortably. Some massive studio monitors. If you're not mixing music, this is probably a bit overkill, but hey, we've got a pretty cool looking map, as well as what I believe is stick-on tile in the color of bricks, which I think I'm kind of digging. I think this actually looks really cool. I like that they use the natural curve of the building just to add a lot of interest. We've got a leaning shelf. We've got some really interesting poster choices. Minus points for the anime figure in the background, but you do you. The two computers, one on the desk, one on the floor. You know what? They're tucked off to the side. It's not a big deal. We've got a camera lens again. We've got the headphones very far from the desk. I guess not a headphone user, but it does look like we've got great cable management. This is getting a lot of points. The Cologne T setup is strange, but kind of seems like they've just got way too much space and didn't know what to fill it, so just started putting stuff. Big time points for the dog. Just looks small and uncomfortable on the rest, honestly. This bench can't be comfortable with a game at for a long time. It's cool you're living in a van, but boy, I'd be uncomfortable. Okay, we've got some interesting details going on here. It looks like we have some sort of guitar pedal off to the side. Very empty shelves. It makes me concerned for what's happening. Maybe try a book, that'd be cool. We have a second desk over here that looks to be a standing desk. Very nice, but let's focus on what we can see. The chair matching the painting, pretty neat. We've got some Destiny figurines, play a real game. We've got the computer right on the desk. Never liked it, I don't know why people do it. Yeah, your computer looks pretty, it's taking up a lot of space, it's sideways. I mean, look how much desk space is being used just to have a computer sitting there. We've got a little stand for the headphones. We've got multiple controllers. We've got our consoles tucked away. You see how nicely they're tucked away? Now do it with your computer. You can do it. No Man's Sky background on a curved monitor. Interesting. A lot of storage here too. I'm seeing a lot of storage. I also like that all the colors tie together. We've got the cabinets matching the wall, another accent blue to pull your eyes away. And of course, bonus points for the dog. And the scotch. And the koala clock. I don't know what people do with typewriters these days. Well, I think this person might like manga. Big old desk, lots of storage, love some storage. Open storage is something that I have mixed opinions about, but I like how it is. I also like you got the book cabinets coming up to the slanted wall. Computer on the desk. Is not my favorite, but love the little accent plant, giving a little pop over there. This television just kind of seems like an uncomfortable spot for everyone, unless there's a couch sitting where the camera is. Not really sure what this is doing. It doesn't look comfortable to watch in any direction. LEDs on the wall. Come on, folks. Let's get over it. I don't know why I'm being so harsh for this room. Got some big windows sitting right underneath them. You'd have some beautiful natural light, but you have the curtains just in case you are gaming in the middle of the day. Also, check out this really cool little switch holder in the bookshelf. I don't know who needs their Switch to, that desperately that you need to grab it, but nice touch. Okay, we've got a lot going on here. First of all, big points. You've got the computer tucked underneath, but off the floor, which is very, very cool. Seeing a lot of noise canceling foam, which is great, except there's none, it appears, unless these panels are noise blocking, but it doesn't seem like there's a ton in the direction that you'd be speaking forward into. You've got some big stereo monitors and some small guys, so you've got some options. We've also got multiple sets of headphones. I'm a big fan of everything being tucked up and away, you know? Everything's got a space, it's very clean, very organized. Yeah, this is a real streamer setup. We got the little 6-channel mixer by the looks of it. I hate the look of sound-absorbing foam, but you know what? They patterned it as much as they could, so very nice. Now, this is just more of a personal thing as somebody who's worked in the music industry before. This is too much stuff, you know? You just don't need all these things that close to you. The Elisa strike pad, the push, you're not using most of these all the time. I'm hoping you just pulled these out as like a, look what I'm doing, I'm taking a photo sort of thing, but that just bugs me. The big screen over the small screens is something I've always found daunting because I just always worry it'll fall forward onto me. But you know what? They've done a nice job of the room. The carpet looks really small. I think you could do a little bit bigger of a one, maybe a slightly nicer color, but the coffee table, the sofa's really neat, a two-tone sofa. The guitars, can we make out what they are? Not quite. Some sort of Strat and then just a plain looking black acoustic. They've also got the little treated microphone area with the halo. You know what? Not bad. You know what? I didn't even touch the lighting. This is a pretty cool lamp. The LEDs in the ceiling, it's fine. I guess you really like blue. I do like that they went just full-on color coordination with the sound-absorbing panels behind them. Doesn't look like there's a ton of other sound treatment in the room. I'm guessing with how expensive this room looks that there is a bunch. It's just sort of tucked in, which is nice, but not bad. Okay, Mr. Brooklyn. Mr. Brooklyn's got a setup. You know what? Solid monitor management. This is also one of those desks that I just feel like my legs would feel cramped, but he's got the little footrest to put his feet on. Bonus points for having the cats in. Looks like there's room for this not to be on the desk. You could tuck that computer down off to the side, I think, but overall, not bad. We've got the little iPad over here. Yeah, I think that's an iPad. I don't think that's a Surface. That would have been a point off if it was a Surface. I hear they're great, but let's be realistic here. You got the monitors up off the desk. These are interesting stands for the monitor. Also, that mouse, that makes me feel a certain kind of uncomfortable. Overall, not bad. Where I've spent 2020 is the name of this post, and it is kind of a fascinating setup. Very cool custom desk into a corner. I like that it's all sort of tucked away. Great cable management. You can see everything tucked in behind. The monitor setup freaks me out. The ring light in the middle would drive me crazy to look at, but I can see it's a streaming setup, so there's reasons for it. You've got the mic tucked to the side. You've got a backup laptop, second backup laptop, and a third backup laptop, just in case, you know? The chair could be an upgrade, if I'm being honest. Maybe it's very comfortable. It looks like it wouldn't be, but you do you. Sound absorbing foam. Okay, it's a background. I'm confused about these LED panel lights and sort of where they are. Maybe it looks great on camera and that's why they're placed here. Kind of looks like they were just tucked away at the ends. Keeping all your boxes above you. I guess storage-wise it makes sense, but what are we doing here? You know what? I'll give it to him. It is simple. It is clean. I absolutely love the look of this lamp. I mean, the wood body with the white finishes that mask the desk, that is a gorgeous lamp. I'm assuming these are speakers, which, again, very clean. I kind of like that they're just like little pills. We've got a big monitor, clean, wide mouse pad, which seems to be the trend these days. Everyone's going for the wide mouse pads, wireless. We've also got these just very clean, I believe those are Hollow Knight, Mordor. I mean, we've got a nerd here. We've got Lord of the Rings and Hollow Knight, and then, oh my gosh, I'm going to age myself. I don't know. That looks maybe like The Witcher? I also like, you could tell there's definitely plants around. I'm hoping they didn't move these plants here just to make this photo a little prettier. But some plants off to the side, very clean, very white. This is definitely something they would design on HGTV, where they just love plain white rooms. Anyway, so, there's some practicality here. They've got a printer or a scanner, for some reason. I want to give a negative just because that seems to be the vibe of this video for some reason. The default koi fish background, I mean, come on. You clearly put a lot of thought into a lot of art. You're going to use a koi fish wallpaper? Okay. We've got the mixer off to the side. Somebody's doing some stuff. To be honest, it looks like they hid a lot of the things that would be here. It's okay, though. You know what? I like that they have the lamps pointed up to the side. I do like the black wall with the brown trim. It is very sleek. That's a cool computer tower shape, like a big rectangle, but could be tucked off the desk. We're using a lot of space here. You know what? Overall, pretty good, though. Decent chair. The carpet looks new. It kind of a weird color compared to everything else, but if that carpet was a touch darker, ooh, this room would be just, ooh. All right, this looks like something straight out of a TV set. This is very well done. We've got this beautiful wallpaper background, the old vintage sign, which, if I can just be honest, you can get these very affordably, and I think they add something really cool to a space. It does make a space kind of feel like a diner, but I don't know, something about those old tin metal signs I just think are so cool. They've done some sort of custom build-in for their monitors, which I'm not really a Fallout person, but it's a very cool aesthetic. It's a neat way to dress up what's otherwise a pretty plain computer monitor. And if I'm honest, I mean, they did a phenomenal job, but it wouldn't be that difficult of a project to build out something just to have your monitor sit in. You could still be on its exact stand, just sitting behind this little build-in. Fantastic. I also like they've got the old filing drawers, which maybe not like the most useful, but can probably find very cheap. Like, I'm looking at this setup and it looks phenomenal, and I'm thinking you can probably source a lot of the things to build this pretty reasonably, which is neat. I'm assuming maybe that's their PC. Like, they went all out. They committed. I can even see like a vintage style light up here. Great job. Okay. Now, this is an interesting space because there's actually not much room on this desk. If we're looking just at the desk, you can see he's having to move stuff around. They're having to move, it could be a lady, it could be a man, it could be anything. They're having to move stuff around. You can see the water is sitting in the middle. So like they don't quite have enough space, but they've kind of committed to clutter. And I remember hearing about this style where you just kind of commit to clutter, and it allows you just to sort of freely expand. If your clutter is organized and matches each other, you can kind of get away with it. It's like sometimes you see like messy bookshelves, and it's because you're committing to clutter as sort of a concept, you can really sort of build out on it. And this person's committed to plants, 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 plants. And I think they've done a really phenomenal job. You can see the pine trees in the outside. I imagine when it's sunny, it actually might look kind of worse in this room because you're getting so much beauty from this like paper covered light and that very soft lighting, and there's another light somewhere behind this monitor. But they've really committed just to all these sort of bonsai plants and these really low plants that they all have a custom bowl. And because nothing's matching, it all kind of works. The only thing I'd do is maybe try and find another spot for this plant, tuck it away, and sort of have more space in your actual workspace. Maybe even try and like get some additional storage down here so you can tuck away, some of the knickknacks that are around. There's a little mess in this clutter, but the overall concept's pretty neat. I would never do it because my OCD would just panic and I'd start cleaning before I ever finished anything like this, but it's a pretty room. Okay, let's talk about this one. First of all, it's an okay rug. I kind of dig the rug. It's kind of neat. This chair's all over the place. This looks like it's too wide for one person, but too small for two people. So it's just an awkward limbo chair that enjoys dressing like a goth and or a BDSM mistress. I mean, seriously, this chair's got way too much going on. This lamp also, very gothic. It's very tall. It's kind of a weird angle to photograph it, but it kind of matches this little side. It's just this little gothic corner that has me absolutely transfixed. It doesn't really match the theme of the rug or the rest of the room, so it's just sort of a weird little vampiric corner that intrigues me. The 3 windows are interesting. The tiered windows with the bigger one in the center. It's a fascinating little room. It's probably entryways on either side of it, so you're kind of limited in what you can do. The desk is gorgeous. Big, wood stain, sort of dining room table sized standing desk. Gorgeous. I love the wood finish. I also like that you went with the black legs to match everything else you're going with in the room, minus the rug. The lamp to the side here, big fan of this one. Cool copper colors, kind of contrast nicely with the wood. I feel like you'd almost need a little bit more copper in the room to really accent it further, because you have these weird wood sticks in the corner. If you could get some copper in there, it could add quite a nice little touch. You have the standing screen, which it's a style some people enjoy, and then the widescreen in the center. A lot of room on the desk, a lot of room. The monitors tucked under below. We talked about this a bunch today, you know? Tuck your computer down and out of the way. You can see it's not really, it's in the way, but it's not in the way, you know? It's tucked down below. You have so much surface space up here. You can plug in the laptop, have it going on the side. Just a wonderfully done little setup. The room itself, not as much, but the desk setup, big fan. Okay, here we go. Framing the desk under the window, so you're just always kind of looking out at a spectacular view. Very cool. I do see some curtains. It also might not be a side that the sun sets on. You might be facing north or south, so maybe it's not a big issue. Big road in front of you. Maybe that's distracting, maybe not, but gamer chair, go for it. I'm loving this little lamp off to the corner here. That is a really cool little sort of accent piece. I also like that we have plants, but they're all at different sizes to give you just a whole bunch of depth in the room. You know, you got the little one on the desk, got the bigger one, and then the sort of hanging down one. I also like this moon. Bookshelf feels weirdly empty. Maybe they just moved in. Feels like you could fill that up with some more stuff. Maybe they're just going for that really minimalist look, which isn't bad. I do like that they matched everything together. We've got the black desk, the black chair. It really pairs nicely with, this might just be a white wall that has a lot of green reflection, but it kind of looks like maybe it's a soft green gray color, which if it was, would be very, very cool. I also love that you have the dark wood floors. Looks more like probably a vinyl sort of thing, but beautiful floors. It all just kind of contrasts nicely. So you have this very dark room, but you have so much natural light that it's not going to feel crazy dark. The only thing I don't like, on the desk, nah. And our last battle station of the day, because I should be doing more productive things with my time, this very swanky little room. What a neat little room. First of all, love the little banquet bar. Very cool. Japanese whiskey. Very nice choice. Anyone who hasn't tried it. Japanese, they're really good at whiskey. So try it out. I love these little wood, I guess, mantles. They're kind of like baby shelves. They're very, very cool. I'd almost love to see, well, you know what? There is a lot of wood, but this piece almost doesn't match because it's more of like a very finished wood where they kind of have this more rustic, almost not live edge, but sort of that real grainy textured wood all over the place. They're going for very fall vibes. They've got the beautiful open bulb lamp doing a lot of the lighting in the room, which it adds just to that kind of fall color thing they've got going on. The brown leather footrest, very nice. Let's talk about this desk for a minute because it is gorgeous. They've got the computer tucked off to one side of the desk, which I think is really cool because it gives you kind of a lot more room. It's slightly off center, so it doesn't feel too symmetrical. They've got the KRKs going, which, the other one's tucked over there into the Scarlet. Sure. You know what? Everything's got a place, you know? They've got the sub down here, which positionally wise, this isn't the ideal setup for like making music, but you know what? For a home setup, it's great. They've also got the wood headphone stand, big bonus points. The picture blends in with the colors. It's not my favorite painting, but you know what? It works. Now let's talk about the other side of the room real quick. Great rug. Great rug. Great bookshelf. Love that the bookshelf is matched to the color of the baseboards and the headers here. Popcorn ceiling, what are you going to do? You probably moved in with it. Don't worry about it. Everyone went through that time. So many houses have it. Let's not talk about it anymore. The bookshelf's pretty good. It's an interesting mix of knickknacks and actual books. You know what? It's a style. They went for it. It looks like Game of Thrones knickknacks, maybe. So that's kind of cool. I also love they just did a little hanging troll. What is this? They did a little hanging something, which is nice because it kind of fills this space. It doesn't look like they have the room for more shelves. If they could squeeze those in there, that'd be really nice. But overall, very nice room. I like that they kind of just leaned into it being non-symmetrical. They filled it with stuff. Yeah, it's very nice. Very, very nice. And that is what we are going to end on today. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. All of that good stuff. And yeah, let me know what else I should review. I love checking out people's rooms, places, houses, and quite honestly, stealing ideas from them.